Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Travel with Sean. I'm Sean, and today I'm in Verona, Wisconsin, in the United States at the world headquarters for the Epic Medical Software Company. Epic was founded in a basement in 1979. The focus of their business is the development of software for healthcare documentation and communication. The use of their products is widespread across the US and a few other countries. In 2005, they moved their headquarters from Wisconsin's capital city of Madison, with regular office space throughout the city, to the nearby suburb of Verona, where they have built a very unique corporate campus that occupies over 1,000 acres. In this video, we'll take a walk through their campus and see how diverse the buildings and landscape are. Our tour begins at the farm campus, which was completed in 2013. The farm is also the location of their soccer field for their employee recreation. Here they have a farmhouse, barn, stables, and a machine shed and a skyway that resembles a covered bridge that connects the barn and the machine shed. The skyway has plenty of windows and places to work, so employees are not restricted to their offices. Keep in mind, though, that these buildings are office buildings. One common sight on the Epic campus to keep an eye out for is their statues made from various items. On the right, you can see the covered bridge that I mentioned a minute ago. Look at that beautiful red barn. Just remember, it's not for livestock, it's offices. A lot of different transportation on campus, and they have bicycles available for staff and visitors. Leaving the farm, we pass a covered picnic break area overlooking a pasture. To get to the next campus, we have to cross this wooden bridge over the wooded valley below. That's probably about a 20-foot drop to the valley floor. In the distance, among the trees to your right, is a treehouse inside the woods, and it's guarded by an alligator. After crossing the bridge and walking through a patch of woods, we come to what looks like a picnic or a camping area, but it's actually for employee development and team building. And Epic has a campsite, picnic area, which is actually where they have team building exercises. Proceeding to the right, we find the alligator. And we actually have to go among the trees to get a good look at the treehouse, which is actually a conference room. Look at those razor-sharp teeth. The treehouse is well hidden from this side. It's hard to get a good look at it unless you're at the base of it. Looking at the exposed underground office space over here, one might think they were in some place more like Tuscany or some other Mediterranean location, rather than in Wisconsin. After climbing the stairs to get to the above area, we see what appear to be more like university dormitories than office buildings. They even have a pond guarded by a dog. This looks like a good place to work. Signs point the way from one campus to another. Here we have another screen. Yes, the duck is real. As we proceed along the path, we encounter a large butterfly. Look at those eyes. Maybe it's a dragonfly. What do you think? Leave a comment below to let me know. The Epic office buildings are interconnected by underground tunnels and skyways, like these here. With names like Miss Kitty, Dragon's Lair, Deep Space, these signs are important if you need to get to a specific place. There's always bicycle parking available at various buildings. With these planets, I wonder where we are. The landscape here is varied, and so is the vegetation, to include many species of flowers and plants and trees. You can see many different flower gardens and lots of wide open green space, but just beyond it is a desert. To your left is their learning center where Epic software users can come and learn basic use and or the latest updates. We'll see the other side of it a little later. The architecture is just as varied as we now come to Asian architecture. It looks tropical even. Maybe it's Thai or from the South Pacific. We quickly find ourselves in the deserts of the American Southwest with big rocks, cacti, scrub brush, and wild horses. Here's another view of the training center. Lots and lots of glass. These horses look a bit thin, don't you think? Look at that long tail. Looks like a gigantic diamondback. Watch out, don't let them bite you. Another hint of where we're at could be the smiling Cheshire Cat. But where are we? Miss Kitty or Alice? You can see the underground parking garage beneath the cat. Epic has lots of underground parking lots. Seeing the gingerbread house makes me feel like I need to be on the lookout for Hansel and Gretel, or the Big Bad Witch. It looks like it's in front of a chalet in the Swiss Alps, minus the snow. Any ladies want to take your chance kissing the frog? In the distance, we see we have arrived in the Aladdin story, or even in Russia. Looking at this sidewalk, one might think it leads to some place to play cards. Instead, we see a building guarded by playing card soldiers out of Alice in Wonderland. I believe this building is called Aladdin. Following the sidewalk a different way, it suddenly comes to something like the Wizard of Oz. Then suddenly, we're facing the chocolate factory, next to the Russian building and something out of Aladdin. Where's Willy Wonka? Or Charlie? This building looks like something you might find in Moscow. Beautiful, isn't it? I don't remember Aladdin having a garden. Do you? You can see more construction with another building nearly ready for occupancy. Who can tell me what this building resembles? I'm thinking maybe the house the Munsters lived in. Enter your ideas in the comment section below. Now we pass in front of another Asian building with what look like bonsai plants in front. From the front of this building, we overlook a European train station, which is actually a cafeteria. The train station looks across at the back of the Alice in Wonderland building. Now we come to an area inspired by Harry Potter series and books. We're greeted by what looks like Buckbeak, the hippogriff. This is called Gillette Alley. We can buy wands and brooms, hats, cauldrons, whatnot. They even have a pet shop, a bank, and a post office, the Owl Express. You might even find a place to park your broom under the flying bicycle. You can even find a British phone booth in case you need to make a call. Remember, this is Gillette Alley, not Diagon Alley. Someone's owl is delivering a letter. If you fancy a game of chess, you might want to try out this life-size chessboard. Although this building looks like a library on campus of either Oxford or Cambridge, next door is a real observatory. Then we move on to a royal palace. Looks majestic, doesn't it? The palace leads us into a courtyard made up of it, a castle, and an English manor house. In the middle of this courtyard, surrounded by such noble buildings, is an old wizard. What is he holding in his hands? Enter your thoughts in the comment section below. How would you like to have this as your home? Even if it's connected to Royal Palace. We've walked along the interior of the Epic campus. Now we'll take a look at the western, less developed part of campus. This pond and everything you can see beyond it are part of the Epic campus. There are actually real fish in the pond, and it's another source of recreation for Epic employees. The red building to your right is their learning center, where Epic software users can come and learn the basic use. It's 3 stories high and features several classrooms, dining areas, and an auditorium that seats over 5,000. And you can see the castle in the distance. As you drive, walk, or ride from the conference center, you encounter a toy soldier who doubles as a signpost. Passing under the tunnel, we come to Epic Stone Circle, in front of the castle where we were earlier. You can see that the castle is complete with 2 guards in full armor. Returning to the interior of the campus, we encounter a Tin Man directing traffic, which will take us to Humpty Dumpty on his wall. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe down below. That way you can be alerted to future episodes of Travel with Sean. Thanks again.